Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal's Ben White decision, which shows two transfer strategies as Manchester United near VARANE deal, and then we're going to look at Edu's transfer decision that could lead Mikel Arteta to secure his dream £60 million Arsenal signing. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal's Ben White decision shows two transfer strategies as Manchester United near Raphael Varane deal. So the reports are stating that the Gunners are getting closer and closer to the signing of Brighton defender Ben White this summer in a bid to revamp Mikel Arteta's defence. It's not so long ago that Arsenal and Manchester United were competing at the top of English football for its biggest prize. A lot of things have changed since then, though, and it's coming up to a decade since either side last won a Premier League title. The rivalry between fans remain as fierce as ever, with each group constantly looking to one-up the other through endless fiercely fought social media debates. We have seen it with Mason Greenwood versus Bukayo Saka, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus Mikel Arteta, and now the conversation has moved on to Raphael Varane versus Ben White. Both players are set to sign for Manchester United and Arsenal respectively this week as marquee right-sided central defenders. Questions, though, have been raised as to why the Frenchman, who has won 4 Champions League, 3 La Ligas and the World Cup in his playing career, will cost around £42 million, while Ben White, who has 1 championship trophy and 2 England caps to his name, is set to cost £50 million. Logic would dictate that it is United who are getting the better deal as a result of this, but under a little scrutiny the argument is not quite as simple as it seems. Firstly, the players' respective contract lengths play a big part in their fees. Raphael Varane has just 12 months remaining on his contract at Real, while Ben White has 3 years left on his deal with Brighton. If the situation were the other way around, you would assume the fees will be vastly different. Then there are wages to consider. Raphael Varane is reportedly set to pocket around £350,000 per week at Old Trafford, which is well over triple what Ben White will earn at Arsenal. Most importantly though, when looking at the worth of each deal, it is crucial to consider the needs of the respective teams right now. Manchester United are a club whose brand is built on buying superstar names ready to deliver immediately to attract fans around the world to watch their games and keep them financially successful. Save for a few notable exceptions in Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Nicola Pepe, Arsenal don't tend to do this. Instead, the Gunners look to invest in the long term with their acquisitions, which is exactly what they have done so far in this window. The signings of Nuno Tavares and Albert Sambi Lokonga, as well as the impending arrival of Ben White, show that Mikel Arteta and Edu are building a side for the future, capable of challenging sustainably in the long term. This has been shown across their business this summer, with hardly any of their reported transfer targets in any of the positions they are looking to recruit being over the age of 24. The Gunners haven't acted with coherency and direction in the transfer markets, but the acquisitions this summer looks very promising as Ben White looks to complete his Arsenal deal. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Edu's transfer decision that could lead Mikel Arteta to secure his dream £60 million Arsenal signing. So the reports are stating that Arsenal looks set for a busy transfer window this summer, with Mikel Arteta and Edu looking to boost their creative ranks ahead of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. Arsenal are in the midst of an extremely busy summer transfer window. The Gunners have already announced the signings of young left-back Nuno Tavares and talented Belgian midfielder Albert Sambi Lokonga. And they are also close to landing Brighton and Hove Albion defender Ben White in a £50 million deal. Furthermore, as reported back in May, Chief Executive Edu is also keen to add a goalkeeper, a right-back and a creative midfielder, with the likes of Aaron Ramsdale, Max Sarans and former loanee Martin Odegaard identified as potential targets for their respective 3 positions. Another playmaker that the Brazilian is targeting is Leicester City's James Maddison, but any deal to bring the 24-year-old to the Emirates could be difficult, given it is understood the Foxes want around £60 million if they are to part ways with the man who would be a dream signing this summer. However, Edu could potentially engineer a transfer domino effect that sees James Maddison come to the Emirates Stadium by keeping Hale End graduate Joe Willock this summer. Joe Willock is subject of interest from Newcastle United after enjoying a fruitful loan stint with the Magpies last term. The 21-year-old netted in each of his last 7 Premier League games, a Premier League record, and manager Steve Bruce reportedly wants to bring the youngster back to the North East this summer in a bid to strengthen his midfield ahead of next season. The Northern Echo has reported that Newcastle United are also interested in Leicester City midfielder Hamza Chowdhury, however, who wants to move away from the King Power Stadium before the transfer window shuts. Therefore, if Arsenal decide to keep Joe Willock, the Magpies may move for Chowdhury instead, leaving Leicester short of options in the middle of the park, something that the Gunners will reportedly capitalise on by offering them Ainsley Maitland-Niles. The Foxes have been quoted as holding an interest in the versatile midfielder, and the Daily Mail have reported previously that Arsenal may try and tempt them by offering Maitland-Niles as part of a deal to bring James Maddison in the opposite direction. This means that keeping Joe Willock could trigger a transfer merry-go-round that results in Chowdhury moving to Newcastle United, Ainsley Maitland-Niles joining Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City, and James Maddison plying his trade in the Red Half of North London next season. So it looks like Edu's transfer decision that could lead Mikel Arteta to secure his dream £60 million Arsenal signing. And with Mikel Arteta knowing that this is one player that can really revolutionise this squad moving into the new season, James Maddison is an addition that a lot of Arsenal fans do want to see, and I think he is the player that should be bought for that number 10 role. Even though Emile Smith-Rowe has signed to a new long-term contract, it doesn't mean that Emile Smith-Rowe could have a bad season. It doesn't mean that Emile Smith-Rowe could have an injury that rules him out for the whole season. So a player like James Maddison to rotate with Emile Smith-Rowe, and a player like James Maddison to allow Mikel Arteta to change his formation to the preferred 4-3-3, it would be a perfect addition for Mikel Arteta's first team moving into the new season. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup posters, special link I've put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.